My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, peace be with you. In the Gospel of St. Mark, we normally notice how the evangelist narrates to us the warning that Jesus gave to his disciples. First, not to speak about him as the Messiah of God. To keep quiet about this reality of who Jesus Christ is. Often we call this one as the Messianic secret, but we do not know why Jesus asked the disciples to do so. The Gospel of today seems to have the same recognition of this Messianic secret. Jesus went back to Galilee, and the Gospel says he did not want anyone to know about it. But Jesus gives the reason why he did so. The Gospel for this 25th Sunday of the Ordinary Time narrates to us that he did not want people to know about it because he was teaching the disciples. As it were, Jesus focused now on teaching the disciples, who for many times did not understand many things. And this time, he was teaching them about something very important, that the Son of Man will be handed over to men. He will be killed, but on the third day, he will rise again. Indeed, we speak of this as the passion of Jesus Christ, perhaps something that is very tragic. He will be betrayed, he will be handed over, he will be killed. But the verb itself, to be handed over, on the part of God is very beautiful, because God is handing over a gift to humanity, namely Jesus Christ himself. Beautifully in this gospel, an act of betrayal becomes an act of self-giving on the part of God. God now gives his Son to be a gift to humanity. What we have betrayed, God gave us to become his gift. Today, more than ever, this teaching about who Jesus is must be clear in our minds as Christians, because not understanding who Christ is will redound to the fact that we will not know how to live our Christian life. Unfortunately, the gospel continues that the disciples did not understand and that they were not willing to ask questions. Was it truly difficult for them to understand? Was it difficult for them to ask questions? As the gospel narrates further on, we will find the reason. Because along the way, they were discussing about who among them is the greatest. One will never understand the teaching of Christ unless one is willing to give up himself. They were talking about themselves. They were talking about greatness. That's why they were not capable of understanding the teaching of Jesus Christ, the teaching on self-giving, the teaching of self-offering. No wonder then Jesus asked them, "What were you discussing along the way?" As I have told you always, that way, that road, is a place where Jesus teaches, where he clarifies things, where he instructs his disciples. Along the way, they were talking about themselves. That's why they were not listening to Jesus. Along the way, they were seeking for greatness. That's why they did not understand Jesus Christ. The fact is this, my dear brothers and sisters, that only in self-giving will we truly understand who Jesus is. To make it more concrete, he told his disciples, yes, we may wish and desire for greatness, but not the greatness of this world. is the greatness of service, is the greatness of self-offering, is the greatness of forgetting oneself for the sake of others. This teaching is truly very difficult in a world that we have today, where selfishness, individualism seem to be the language. It's not about giving now, it's about possessing. It's not about offering, it's about getting. My dear brothers and sisters, as we profess to believe in Jesus Christ, the Son of God, greater is the demand on our part to live out this teaching. At the end of the day, you will see Jesus Christ putting a child as the paradigm of this discipleship. But why a child? You see, the Greek term paidion teaches many beautiful things. One of these is the fact that a child is willing to listen, to learn, and to imitate. Discipleship is all about imitating. Discipleship is all about living the life of Christ, that Son of Man who became a gift to humanity. This is service, therefore, that we become a gift to our brothers and sisters. And if we have done so, if we are willing to do so, then like a child, we are willing to imitate and to learn from the Master teaching us along the way. I pray, my dear brothers and sisters, that our Eucharistic celebration every Sunday may truly render us as people capable of following the Master, who became a gift to those who accept Him. Let us be united always in prayer. And this is Father Ulrich wishing you the peace of the Lord Jesus Christ.